Both my sons played a golf match in Chicago this summer. There were like 200 people playing. They were known as everybody knew the locker room as the Lehman Brothers.
Right.
Just Lehman Brothers.
Yeah, when we moved there, it's almost 20 years ago. We lived in Facedown. And everybody traveled for us and myself.
If you go to shul all the time. If you go to shul all the time, it's
No, we
okay.
don't, but still. Can't do it.
We're very happy there.
I'm sure you are, but I work in town, so I would.
You work in town now.
It's very nice, you know. I lived in Atlanta a long time as well. Are you here that long? How many years have you lived here?
Oh, we're here 10
Also,
years. We
Which
started
one?
out in
It's
Atlanta.
like 12.
My kids are in Atlanta.
I lived in Atlanta for 25 years. My kids were in Atlanta, in Dunwoody.
In Dunwoody. My daughter's in Chambly.
Shelby Dunwoody, yeah.
Yeah, she's on the Murphy Camber Lake, and she's the executive director and general counsel of the Chattahoochee River.
Okay.
And my son is in Alpharetta, and he works in, actually now he works in a company that, Chainlink,
Something called Chainlink.
Chainlink, somebody that teaches companies how to do business with Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's blockchain.
He's a blockchain guy.
Is that what it's called?
Well, the company's called Chainlink. They build the connections to databases.
That's what
Right, they build the database connections to
What do
They're
you
all,
do
they're
now?
all married?
My kids are married, I have 5 grandchildren, he has 10. We have 15.
Wow. Did you live in Atlanta as well, or somewhere else?
Just a short time.
Originally you're from where?
I moved here from Michigan.
Okay, I thought so.
He's from Iowa.
West.
From I've lived all over.
Well, I'm born in New York City.
So am I.
Where in New York?
I may be a girl too, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, I was born in Brooklyn.
Where? I lived on Ocean Parkway.
Ocean
I
Park,
lived
yes.
there.
I had a set of grandparents there. And I had another set of grandparents who lived on Clinton Avenue.
Not near any of the ones. It's not Flatbush anymore.
No, probably.
Not probably, definitely.
There was a white stone house, he was a doctor.
How do you spell your last name? Tell me again.
Lehman, L-E-H-M-A-N. My maiden name is Geld. It was Geld Tuch, Yellow Claw.
Okay. I'm Steve, and you are again?
Patricia. And I grew up in Jamaica Station. I hate him. He beat me up as a little girl.
Ah, the Chavez.
He hasn't changed at all.
Well, they're already in. Well, no, they're not all. No, it's not that. No. Okay, yeah, I'll take one. Where
We
we
had
have
that
that.
wind up with
It
the
should be coming in here, let me check. Although I've already set up, so hopefully.
This is like saying, one, we're going to breakfast.
Because you're a gardener.
All they do
And
is
people
crap.
would go,
And people would go, it's so beyond it. They call it illiterate, including him. So much illiterate, doesn't have a vocabulary. His father was a Nazi.
Yeah. So his father was not home. His father knows where everybody. And partners. And he was always there going. And his father couldn't deal with it.
They kind of came
I
back.
don't have words. Maybe. I pray you're right.
I'll just say this, when I talk to Rosie, my wife, about when people get crazy. So it hit me to be around 1,000 years. 4 years, Patton, and all of them were chasing him down to Berlin. We committed suicide. It was really bad. See, none of them idiots know. How come they never thought about his suicide? Guys, you ever something like that? Talk about it.
Wait, his daughter converted to Judaism.
Yeah, I know, I'm not sure.
His daughter converted
I
to
know, I
Judaism.
know all about it.
So, but you know what's gonna happen? Somebody will come behind him and drive him.
Hi,
Still
and
have-
I'm here, and Stacy
And
needs
he's
you
just
up
gonna
to
do
the
that.
We have to get rid of that.
Do it too, this is
It's gotta
Jerry.
be-
You know, I got ultra out
He's
of
gonna
me.
come behind him.
Yeah, they buy extras every year. And
This
they
is
have,
killing me. They could have died.
they have,
If you or I had
they
one
have
of those
extras right now, they'll have
documents, we go to his
doctors,
house.
chocolate.
We
How about people have a restaurant, people have their own house, none of that was that.
Oh,
We
we
would
have.
laugh, we would have a chance.
Tiny daffodils.
Oh, yeah?
Clarence Thomas, I would say.
Little like narcissus kind of
Clarence
thing.
Thomas.
They're so like, they're really small, and like they're already coming up.
What?
They're
Oh,
really-
really?
Yeah, they are big, real skinny.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's not here.
I know, it's good. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm there. Very nice guy.
That's amazing.
I can't believe this.
Yeah. I get my paper flats from them and I force
Well, if there's anything we can do to support
You
you,
know, people always say, like,
translate
force
that.
them, and if it's such a stressful form, they'll never learn again. That's not true. My paper flats always learn again.
I don't, unless you're the rabbi, I don't do it. Doing page 10.
And they smell incredible.
Never boy.
It's always page 10 of that.
It is.
No, we start.
I saw you at the venue before.
It's almost like I work here.
Bro. It's the VIP.
Yeah.
Anywhere you
I
sit,
just put the velvet red down.
anywhere you sit, show me. But there'd be 50 people.
You think because what they said about New Jersey, nobody wanted to come to shore? Hungry.
Thank God for that.
I
Yeah.
heard there was a backpack left here today.
Not just a backpack.
There was.
What was in it?
Oh, then it's just budget drugs.
Let's just get it out of the way.
There's a power source, bunch of wires, like, detonator, the paper, blow up.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way. Let's go talk about it. We don't know.
How about this? For the few who might not have heard, it's been a bit of a day. We can talk about it a little bit, but I don't know about you. I could use a little singing and davening before we do. So, let's go ahead and begin. For those joining virtually, Shabbat Shalom. For those who are here, I guess it's Shabbat Shalom to everybody. So Shabbat Shalom again. And we're glad you're joining us here in person. For those who are here, we're glad you're joining us on we have Facebook and YouTube. If you're joining us on Facebook and YouTube, if you're not here and you're not watching and you're just joining us spiritually, we're glad you're joining us spiritually. We're going to go ahead and begin in the Lev Shalem in our bright red books, page 10. Page 10. Indeed numbers. Rabbeinu Amar. Ki ze kama nitzot nitzah, Limrot tiferet uzah, Anayli machmad libi, Chushana be'al titala, Galena, Ros chavivana, Etzuka sheloma, Ta'ireret mikvota, Nagila v'nismecha ba, Ma'erahu ki va'moed, V'choneni ki me'olam. Continue with Psalm 95, page 11. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, ekava hana betovah. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, bizmiro naria lo. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Arba'im shana kut gadol, v'amaram torei levavhem, v'hem lo yadu drachai, asher mishpati v'api, im yivru yad menuchati. We continue with Psalm 96, page 13. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, baruchu shemo, paslu miyom yam yeshuato, sapru v'goyim kevodo, bechol ha'amim milotav, ki Adonai. Umehulam meo, no rahu, al kol Elohim, ay ki kol Elohim, hamim elimi, va'adonai shamayim asa, od v'hadar lefanav, oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho. Abul Adonai mishpechot amim, Abul Adonai kavod va'oz, Abul Adonai kevod shemo, Tzeru mincha, Uvol chatzrotav. Page 14, Shtachavu l'Adonai, V'hamra kodesh, Chilu mipanav kol haaretz. Ibru v'goyim, Adonai malach, Al עתיקותיהם בעתימו, ידינמים ומישרים, יסמכו השמיים ותגר הארץ, ירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שדה, וכל אשר בו, אז ירנדו כל הצייר לפני אדוני, כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבן וצדק, ועמים באמונתו, Continue page 15, Psalm 97. המלאך הגרת ישמחו דאבי, ענן ורפל סביבה, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסו. וירא סילורה, שומר נפשות חסידיו, ידע רשעים יצילם. וזרעו על הצדיק ולשלם שמחה, שמחו צדיקים באדוני, והודו לזכר קודשו. We'll continue responsibly in the English with Psalm 98, beginning on page 17. The psalm sings Adonai a new song, for Adonai has wrought wonders. God's right hand and holy arm have brought deliverance.
Adonai declared deliverance as nations looked on, God's righteousness was revealed.
God dealt faithfully and kindly with the house of Israel. The very ends of the earth saw our God's saving power.
Oh, Adonai, all the earth, breaking the stones. Adonai, music of the lyre and voices making music together. Horns and shofar cries from heaven.
Let the sea and all that is in it roar, the earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let rivers clap hands, while mountains sing in harmony, greeting Adonai who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. Adonai ki ba lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel v'tzedek b'amim v'misharim. Continue Psalm 99, page 19. המלאך ירפשו מהימים, יושב קרבים תלות הארץ, העמק ציון גדול, ורמהו כל העמים. Join together at the red arrow, 3 lines from the bottom, page 20. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu l'charocho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu l'charocho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. I invite you to rise as we turn to page 21, Psalm 29. Mizmor leDavid, Adonai Elohim, Adonai. Kavod va'od, Tavu Adonai kevod shemo yishtachavu Adonai v'havakodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod yirim. Adonai Rabbi, Kol Adonai, Bakoach, Kol Adonai, Behadar, Kol Adonai, Shomer Haratim, Vaishamer Adonai, Erazei Hachanon, Hayar Kidem, Kmo Egel, Lebanon, Besiyon, Kemo ben Reimim, Kol Adonai Chotze LaHakodesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yechol Hayalot, Vayechezo, Ye'arot, Uvechalo, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai, Lama Yashar Yeshev Adonai, Melech Leolam, Adonai, Le'amo Yitek Adonai, Yvarech et Lamo Bashalom, Dai, 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 You may be seated. We'll continue page 22. Anda bechoach bechoach, gedulat yamincha yamincha, tatir zerura kaverinot damcha, tzadmeinu tareinu nora. Anda bechoach bechoach, gedulat yamincha yamincha, tatir zerura kaverinot damcha, tzadmeinu tareinu nora. We'll go ahead and now that we've gone through the 6 days of the week, we'll go ahead and welcome in the Shabbat grind with Makado D, beginning on page 23. I think I've only done this tune once, maybe twice since I've been here. So that, if you don't know it, that's okay. I've only done it like once or twice since I've been here. However, the good news is there's 9 stanzas, so you got 9 opportunities to pick it up and sing along with me. So begin page 23. V'chadoti likra kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. V'chadoti likra kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'tzachor v'tiborecha, Yishmianu el ha'meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, v'shemot tiferet v'litila, v'chadodi nikra kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela, v'chadodi nikra kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat b'churbanecha, ki mekor haberacha, verosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh mashvat chila, v'chadodi likrat kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela, v'chadodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך אהבך, רגלך שבבית הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. הנערי מעפר קומי, והמשיכי תקרתך אני, עד יד בן ישי בית הלכתי, קורבן נפשי גאלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בא אורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד רבה אלייך נגלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתחחי ומה תהמי, אך יחצו עניי עמי, ונבנתה ירחתי לה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Page 25. והיו לשמשה שוסי, ורחקו כל מבלעי, יסיס עלייך אלוהי, קיצוץ חתן הכלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי, על ידיש ואת פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת מעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני על סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. וכדודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. You may be seated. Continue with Psalm, now that we welcome in Shabbat, we'll continue with the Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92, page 27. Nivroshi Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot la'olam, ולזמר, ולזמר, שמחה עליון טוב להודות לאדוני. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני. גברת פרטנון, יזכה שתולי בבית ענן, וחצות אלוהים יקריחו. עולי רבון בשיבה, ושני ולדמים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צולי ברוב הטבות. Continue Psalm 93, page 23. Adonai malach, גאולה לאבש אדוני, עוזי זזה, אהבתי כה, תבל פלטימו, נכון כיסך מאז, מעולם אתה תנננננ, נשאו נהרות אדוני, נשאו נהרות קולם, ייסעו נהרות תוך ים, מקולות מים רבים מרירים ישפרי ים, עדי במרום אדוני. עדותיך נאמרו מאוד, לביתך נם הקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים. Ta-na-na, ya-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na, ya-na-na, ya-na-na-na, ya-na-na-na. As we conclude the Kabbalat Shabbat portion of our service, I invite those in mourning and those in the yurtites to rise and join the Mourners Kaddish, page 30. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, יתמד יברח יפלה וימליך מלכותה, וחייכון ובימיכון וחייך ובית ישראל, בגאולה ובזמן קריב ויבריאו אמן. יהי שמי רבה ברח לעולם עולמי עולמים. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי דקודשה ברכו, לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, והגן בעלמה יברכו אמן. יהי שלום הרבה משמיים, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יברכו אמן. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, יברכו אמן. That concludes the Kabbalat Shabbat portion of our service this evening. See what kind of day it is? I don't know what kind of day it is now. I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. Usually this is the time when I say let's reflect on the week and share the things that happened. If anybody has something personal you'd like to share, we'd love to hear it. As a community, I have the feeling we're not going to get past today, so I'm just going to kind of put it out there for today. So I'll give you guys the bare bones basics, because you don't really need all the details, but the bare bones basics were, is at about 5 a.m. this morning, fire department was called because there was a propane tank that was lit in our breezeway, that was wrapped up and lit on fire. And then when we got here this morning, Nico, Jeff Brown, our SCN security liaison, secure community network, and I were kind of walking around and noticed that there was a backpack hidden on the other side of the building. Called the police, they deemed it suspicious, they dealt with it, and I want to say first and foremost, before anything else, Jeff Brown was awesome, the Birmingham PD and Bond Department was fantastic and awesome, and did a great job of taking care of us and making sure we were safe. So if you thank our security guard on the way out, and tell them to thank everybody else because they were fantastic all day. They were able to identify the suspect. They were able to take him into custody. If there is no evidence that it was an anti-Semitic attack, he is admitted to lighting the fire and said it had nothing to do with us being a synagogue. He just found a good place to light a fire and try to cause some damage. So he is being dealt with appropriately, and that's kind of where we are. All that's to say, doesn't really matter if it was anti-Semitic or if it wasn't. When we didn't know, it certainly felt like it could have been. And I think as a community, I think we should all be grateful that it wasn't. And it still makes us a little fearful and scared and anxious that with everything going on in the world as it is, we're aware it could have been. It just as easily could have been a yes. Yes.
I hate to pose this question, but when you say it wasn't anti-Semitic, it's tough to think, what was it? Or why would somebody say?
I'll put it this way. The Talmud tells us that only Hashem knows what's in a person's heart, but from the police investigation, you didn't hear, the question was if it wasn't anti-Semitic, what was it? The answer, the police said, the guy just, I won't speculate as to exactly why, it just seemed like he thought it would be, it was something he felt like doing, was lighting a propane tank on fire, and so he did.
I think it's also clear that he set other fires in the city.
He did set
And
other
so-
fires in the city around overnight as well. It wasn't just us, which is, I think, and they were, I'm assuming they were able to tie into the other ones as well. I haven't clarified that or verified it, but I'm assuming he has said in the interrogation he admitted to lighting it and said it had nothing to do with us being a synagogue. It was just a place he could do it.
One last question, was that propane tank outside? Did you say the parking lot, or didn't have it?
There was a tank outside. It was in a locked area that he was able to pry open and get to. All the other propane tanks have all been removed.
Not too low.
Anybody else have anything, any concerns or anything they would like to bring up?
So not really a concern, but I do want to say I'm grateful to not only the authorities, but for handling in the manner, but also I'm also grateful that I received a text I was actually on my way here this morning. I saw the police cars, but then I got a text from Howard Kaplan telling me not to go in. So I'm grateful that not only I didn't have to I didn't get involved, but that nobody was here at the time, so that nobody.
As soon as we identified the bag, I came in, and a couple of you were here. I said, if you could please leave, we would appreciate it, just to be safe. And so we did evacuate the building. I didn't mention that. We did evacuate the building and advised people to not come in until everything was resolved, which thank God was safely with no damage, and other than one propane tank, no damage. probably even more important.
You know, I know that Glennis was aware of this early this morning and been working on it. And I think that's the system that we have in the community and in our synagogue to deal with security is something we take seriously. And it worked. Things work the way they should when something like this happens. And so that's something that leadership has taken seriously.
Yes, the security system worked, which was good, and the communal response was fantastic. I have heard from pretty much people all throughout the Jewish community, and from a variety of the non-Jewish community, and from people not in Birmingham, including Rabbi Jacob Blumenthal called me. He is the CEO of the Rabbinical Assembly and United Synagogue of Conservative Judaism. He called me on my cell phone just to see how I was doing. Our United Synagogue regional representative, Joanne Tucker-Zemlak, called just to check in. Other people were kind of saying, everything okay, you guys okay? People throughout Birmingham were doing it, so it was a scary time, and we were not alone while going. Anybody else have anything they want to add to that?
Is this the part we're talking about great things happening?
Sure.
We had a terrific night last night at Jewish Fertility Foundation. You were there.
Jewish Fertility Foundation had a fundraiser last night. I was there briefly until I was called home. But
Well, it wasn't a fundraiser. It was just to get together. It was celebrating him here. It's fabulous. It's very widely. Get a nice turnout. And Hadassah won a national award that will be given at convention in Israel later this month. Like the Tippy Top Award for grassroots fundraising. And so many fabulous Bethel women were a part of it. So.
Kol hakavod to Hadassah on winning that award. That is phenomenal. I was at the Jewish Fertility Foundation event last night. The half hour I was there was lovely. But I had not heard about Hadassah, so that is phenomenal. And kol hakavod to everybody involved in that.
So somebody get things happening.
That is good, yes. Good things are happening at the same time. Just before Shabbat, I didn't get a chance to call. We had a baby born, so good things happening. Anybody else have anything they want to share one way or the other? Well, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you coming out tonight and joining our service and being a part of our community. As I said on Rosh Hashanah, we can't do it without each of you. So, can't do it tonight without each of you. So, thank you for being here and being together for this Shabbat. This time, we're going to turn to page 39a, as I'll invite you to rise for Mark. Et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Et Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bidbaro Ma'ariv Haravi. Ma'avir yom u'mevi layla, ma'avir ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai Tzebaot Shemo. Melchai v'kayam, Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch et Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, shomeinu v'kuneinu, nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orev yameinu המלכה תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבבך מדמעה לבם, ושבתך ביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך וקומך, וקשבתם מאוד על עיניך, והיו לטובות עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. והיה אם שמעתם מצוותיי אשר אנוכי מצווכם היום לעדה, את אדוני אלוהיכם לעובדו בכל לבבכם ובכל נפשכם. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, אדוני אלוהיך מממן. Pick up page 44. מלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדב הקודש, נורות תהילות וספר. אחותך ראו בניך קיים לפני משה, זה לי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך בארץ, ונאמר כי ברא אדוני את יעקב, וגלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Page 45. Seems like an appropriate prayer for tonight. As you read the English, it talks about how God protects us and looks over us and keeps us safe. So on a day when we felt threatened, even though various levels of threat, but in a day when we were scared and frightened, this feels like a good prayer for us tonight to recite on page 45. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ושמור צאתנו בואנו לחיים ולשלום את אבי העולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. We rise, we turn to page 46. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית טובה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית טובה. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית טובה. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית טובה. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית טובה. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, למדתי ברכי ותגברך מלכותי, וחייכו ויומכו וחיי לכל בית ישראל. בגאווה ובזמן קריב ויבלו אמן, יש מרבם לברך לעולם לעולם לעולמיה יתברך וישתבח יפר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי בקודשה ברכו לעילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה זו שבחתה ונחמתה לעירן בעלמה V'imru Amen. We'll remain standing for the Amidah, which we recite privately in the evening, beginning page 47 and going through page 52. Please feel free to use the Hebrew, the English, or add your own personal prayers during this time. praying, please take your time and finish at your own pace. We invite you to rise as we turn to page 53. Ulu hashamayim v'ha'aretz v'chol zevah v'yechal Elohim b'yom ha'tzvi v'lachto asher asa v'yishpot b'yom ha'shvi mikol melachto asher asa v'yivarech Elohim et yom ha'shvi v'yikadesh oto כי מושעת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק אלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור הנורא העליון Komm Shamayim ve'oretz, Magen Yavot v'Moro, v'chayim v'mamaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'ein kamohu, Aminiach ve'amo, v'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratzon haniach lahem, Kivam ratzon haniach lahem, לפניו ירחם, ונותן לשמור בכל יום נביא, מאור המלאכתו. אל העודנו, הטוב השלום, מקדש השחר שלי, מניח בקדושה. Lamen düşte ole, zeh maase kadeshi. Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu, v'tzevenu chatenu, kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'chakinu b'toratecha, Samenu b'tuvecha, Samenu b'shuatecha, v'tahereinu, ve'otecha v'emet, v'hamchileinu, Adonai Eloheinu, ve'yahava u'gratzon, Shabbat Kodshecha Yadu Ba'Yisrael Mekadesh Shamecha Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Continue, middle page 54. Ikra v'ikra shamer haba, v'ma v'drachim v'devimech machute v'chaychon v'mechon v'chaylecho v'nitzna v'gala v'tman karim v'imru. Amen. Yesh me'ra v'mora, ve'olam v'olam v'yamayam v'yitzora. Iparach v'ishtamach v'par v'tmam v'naseh v'itra v'itra shmeid kutsha v'yehu. Ve'elam v'ko v'nechata v'shirata, tushmechata v'nechamata, d'amidan v'alma v'imru. Amen. Amen. Yehi Shalom Avraham Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Osei Shalom Yivroma V'yaseh Shalom. Aleinu V'kol Yisrael V'kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru. Amen. We'll continue in Kiddush, page 55. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafel. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvoto v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron ma'aseh bereshit. Kihu yom tefila v'mikrei kodesh, zecher yitziat Mitzrayim, ki
Shabbat Kodecha, Yahweh Ratzon, Yichavanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim. Real fake.
It was grape juice, just,
Okay.
it wasn't like chugging something. We've been standing for a later, page 56. Later,
Shamayim v'yoser haaretz, v'choshen v'karov v'shamayim v'al, v'shvinat zo, v'yofet me'omi, hu Eloheinu Eino, emes malkeinu echad zumato, kakazu b'torato, yedata yom ha'shivota, El Mamecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, Hashamayim v'ma'al, ve'aretz
לא עליהם מהימה לירום ועד, כי מהחוט של חגי, עולם ומיתינו, אבל ככתוב בתור, ותחת המים לא לעולם ועד.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני, למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May be seated. Do we have anybody observing your birthday? Or you're observing for
My dad.
your father? Philip Levin. So, do you want to share anything in your father's memory this evening? Any stories, memories, lessons, things you're thinking about as you remember him on his year?
Wow, I didn't expect for this. Yeah, it's been gone for a while now, but now it's mostly good memories. And I wish he could see my grandchildren now. He would really enjoy being with them and see how his grandchildren are doing well. So it's a good memory. Grew up here. I grew up here. He came from Wyoming to Birmingham in the late 50s, and it's kind of a different place than when he moved here.
Wow. And I'm sure Birmingham then was a different place than Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any other here, please?
My father,
What's the name?
Morton Marks, he went by Jerry.
Okay. I see Morgan Marks. Anything you would like to share in memory of your father tonight?
I guess my childhood memories of growing up here, my grandfather came to Bethel, but I was raised at Emmanuel. And my father would bring me down here after the services concluded on holidays at Emmanuel. And I remember sitting with my father and my grandfather and writing their policies together.
My father used to get upset when I tried doing that to his.
They were very patient and they let me do it.
Anybody else tonight? May their memories be a blessing. as we'll invite those in mourning and those observing here, please rise and join us in the Martyrs' Kaddish, page 58. Yitgadal v'yikarash me'rava, Yamad yirach yifted yamad malchusay, V'chayechon v'gamechon v'chayecho beit Yisrael, Ahalav b'man kariv yomrim amen, Yesh me'rava v'rach v'lomah me'amaya, Yisrach yishach yisrach 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 Yitadal yitalev yitalal Shmei d'kudsha v'yehu Ve'ela mikol birchata v'shilata Tush b'chata v'nechamata Da'miran b'lama v'yibru Amen Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya V'chaim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yibru Amen Yaseh shalom v'yibrovav V'yaseh shalom Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yakol yoshvei tevel v'yibru Amen. Before we conclude, Ronald, do you want to give the announcements tonight?
Sure.
They're here, in case you've missed doing it every week.
So Shabbat Shalom. I just want to say something. Julie and I grew up together, and one of the nice things about living in Birmingham, we both were raised probably at Temple Emmanuel. We're here at Temple Bethel, and it just shows the interconnectedness of our community and how we feel comfortable in all different kind of places. And it's kind of nice to live in a city like Birmingham where you have lifelong friends that you see on Friday nights that you haven't seen in a while. So Shabbat Shalom to you. So we want to welcome all of our guests that are here and anyone who wants to join us in the first time, either virtually or in person. We're glad to have you at Temple Bethel. So this is tomorrow we're going to have a big family Shabbat celebration. Be a lot of kids here, hopefully. Lots going to be going on. So tomorrow you're going to see little kids running around with little toy Toros and enjoying themselves. It's something that we've been developing here, and hope you'll come back and see it tomorrow. We have a couple of emerging educational opportunities in November, and registration is now live for Rabbi Hinkins' Intro to Judaism, which takes place on monthly Tuesdays, right, here at Temple Bethel. And on Thursday, November 16th, we'll be kicking off, this is a really serious one, Torah on Tap at the Good People of Brewing. And don't forget about the Beit Midrash, which takes place every Thursday at noon via Zoom, or the My Jewish Yearbook and Holiday Club, which is meeting monthly. There's a lot of good things going on. If you're interested in that, contact Mandy Devers. Among all of that, registration for the Fall Villages is live. We have 2 villages back by popular demand, the Temple Bethel Foodies and Intentional Walking. I think the Intentional Walkers are walking tomorrow, if I remember right, Rabbi. Is that right? I think they are. 8:45. Or the My Jewish Yearbook and Holiday Club, which is now meeting monthly. I just read through the wrong thing. The new village is Potluck Shabbat, run by Tammy Caldwell-Horn. If you're interested in that, reach out to Tammy or call the office and we'll get you up with her. Finally, this coming Tuesday, November 8th, please join us for a special panel discussion hosted by this is really going to be neat. It's hosted by the Bethel Civil Rights Experience in Hadassah. We'll have Janice Kelsey, who was a teenager who marched in 1963. Odessa Wolfark, who's just an amazing lady who I've known for years in the community, and was a leader in civil rights, and it's a real treat to get to know Odessa if you have. She's been around for a long time. We're not going to have her forever. So if you have an opportunity to come to that program and listen to what she has to say, it's important. And Richard Pizzett Sr. is going to be reflecting on the pivotal years in the Birmingham civil rights history. Please register in advance to come in person or join via live stream. The panel will be followed by a reception in the Cultural Center. The civil rights experience is really going to be a game changer for us over the next few years. And this is going to be kind of one of the first that we see many programs. Anyway, there's a lot of really good things happening. Glad that everybody's here. Shabbat Shalom. Please come tomorrow and enjoy yourself seeing a lot of kids running around. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Anything we missed? We do have a few exciting things coming up as well on Shabbat. So we have 3 consecutive great Shabbats. I mentioned we have Family Shabbat tomorrow. Next Shabbat, we will be celebrating the Urfru for Joshua Richmond and Anna Deason as they're getting married the following Sunday. So come celebrate with them. Come celebrate their wedding with them following week, and then the week after, November 19th, we'll be honoring our veterans, and on our Veterans Day, so they'll be leading a pretty good chunk of the service as well, so come honor our veterans and take part in that. And then the week after that, it's Thanksgiving Shabbat, so come back to that as well, so if you're in town. If you're not in town, come back in town. No, spend time with your family, that's Torah too. But we hope if you're in town, we hope you'll be here on Shabbat. We'll go ahead and conclude our service today with Yigdal, page 62. Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtava Yitzah v'yeinet depetirto Echavim yachi k'yichuto Elam v'gam yitzov l'hamduto In lo temutagu v'yeinogu V'nanoch elov kedushato Yibon b'chol davar asher nivra Rishon v'Bereshit v'Reishito Ino Adon Olam v'chol notzar Yoreh gedulato malchuto Shepar gvulato dano Elanche segulato v'tiparto Lo kam b'Yisrael kamo she'ol Nabi u'mabit et emunato Torata v'natan le'amorel Al yad neviot le'man beto Lo yachal Yifa'el v'lo yamir dato Le'olam din lezulato Zocher v'yodea setarenu Amid v'sov davar v'kamato Gomer ish chesed k'mifalo Noten b'vasharo k'rishato Yishlach b'ket yamin v'shilchenu Yitov b'chakeket yeshuato Miti b'chayel v'rochasto Baruch adei Shem yehilato Miti b'chayel v'rochasto Baruch adei Shem yehilato. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Wishing you a peaceful and a restful Shabbat. If you don't mind putting your Shabbat Sederim on the back pews, that would be much appreciated. Or give it to Aaron and I'll do it for you. But wishing everybody a peaceful and a restful Shabbat. And again, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here this Shabbat. And we're glad to celebrate.
Yeah, I went on the walk last Sunday, downtown.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay, how are you?
Good.
The knowledge of action. There were some people from Manual there, and they.
Glad it's good.